Ezra Levant here for Rebel News. I'm standing at Citywest. To call it a hotel is an understatement. It's a massive, sprawling complex with different buildings, with green areas, with massive parking lots. It's an enormous place, and you can understand when you see the scope and the scale of it why the Irish government paid the equivalent of $250 million Canadian. It was about 150 million euros to buy this beautiful facility and turn it into a refugee camp. That's what it is. In fact, it's so large it has different wings. The first place we went to was the Ukrainian wing. In fact, they had some signage in Ukrainian and the yellow and blue colors of the Ukrainian flag, and everyone in that area seemed to be Ukrainian. We're outside, I think, the main part of the Citywest Hotel now, and the bulk of the people we see seem to be Muslim. We have seen a number of women in hijabs pushing strollers, so that tells me that it's not just men at the compound. I've done my best to try and find out the gender breakdown, and the government, as it won't surprise you, likes to keep a lot of opacity with those details, but I have seen credible estimates that say the majority of refugees in this refugee camp are single, military-aged Muslim men. But I can say from visual confirmation there are women here as well, and even some children. It's such an enormous place, and it's the fact that it was bought outright suggests that being the world's refugee camp is a destiny that Ireland's political leaders want. There's nothing temporary about this place. There are an enormous number of hotels that have been rented on a temporary basis. That's something they do in the United Kingdom as well. But this, they bought outright. And the first thing that comes to mind is taking beautiful hotels like this off the hotel market and taking it out of the reach of ordinary Irish people is a loss to those communities. Hotels are often the center of social life, where you go to celebrate a wedding or commemorate a funeral or a retirement party or a Sunday brunch. They're a hub of social life, and suddenly you can no longer do that. It's a hub of tourism. Suddenly that is shut down. So there's a sadness there. There's also an understanding of what is one thing that's driving this insane immigration, which is money. I was in the small village of Dundrum, Ireland last year. The village itself has less than 200 people in the whole place. What's your name?
Okay.
What's your name?
Are you supposed to be filming? Have you got permission?
From whom?
From the management.
Management of what?
I'm not being interviewed, man.
Okay. Why do you come up to me and give me advice?
Because I'm concerned about the people here.
And what's your concern? What are you worried is going to happen?
Filming me?
What are you worried is going to happen?
Okay, I'll talk to you in a minute.
Okay, bye. Obviously someone who doesn't want the light of scrutiny shone on the place, or even on who he is. I was talking about in Dundrum, Ireland, how this small village of 200 people, the center of their social life was this lovely golf and country club. And suddenly the whole place was bought out because they just offered such a staggering number to the owner that he replaced its role in the community with a refugee camp in this 5-star luxury. And suddenly 240 migrants moved into a village of 200 people. The Irish immediately became a minority in their own town. That's not going to happen in a big city like Dublin, or Canada. Last year I walked up and down a boardwalk alongside the river, and I actually didn't see a single person who was Irish. Here's a quick flashback of that.
So I come here by sea and containers, so it's not, my family is not able to...
You came in a container ship, you say?
Yeah.
Do you think some people are coming to Ireland claiming to be asylum seekers, but really they're not? They're just here to take advantage of Irish hospitality?
That's a long-term scam.
Do you think that's related, though? If you bring in hundreds of thousands of folks, it's going to drive up the supply and demand.
No, it's already been an issue in Ireland before immigration, so it's more of a landlord issue and current government issue. I'd say it's nothing to do with immigrants.
And how long have you been here in Ireland?
I'm in a refugee case.
How long ago?
4 or 5 days ago.
And what do you do here in Ireland? Do you work?
No, No,
So are you an asylum seeker?
I'm a asylum seeker.
And how long have you been here in Ireland?
2019.
2019. And are you working or are you?
Disability for the moment.
So this is obviously a large and continuous process. Even today, when the Irish foreign minister, the Taoiseach as he's called, was asked about this refugee system and in light of the rape that was accused of a migrant, not for a second did he consider that maybe bringing in countless foreigners, especially those without ID about whom the Irish government knows nothing, not for a second did it dawn on him to suggest that this massive immigration policy be reviewed. Anyways, we're wandering around Citywest Hotel, and there was someone who didn't like us here. There's not a lot going on now. We will come back tonight at 7:30 when a massive protest is expected. At least that's what organizers say, and we'll be here to do our best to cover it. For all of my reports on this subject, go to migrantreports.com. And if you think this is valuable journalism, please consider chipping in a few dollars or a few euros. Unlike RTE, we take no money from the government, and it shows. You can do that at migrantreports.com also. Thanks.